PBKC is your entertainment destination for poker, table games, OTB, Paddock live events, and exceptional eats. The Paddock Restaurant is perfect for meetings, corporate functions, parties, fundraising, and more. Call 561-683-2222 extension 199 and book your next event today. The Big Game Party is back in the Paddock Restaurant on February 8th with a $45 all-you-can-eat buffet, beer bucket specials with over 140 HD TVs and 3 huge screens. This is how the big game was meant to be. For more information, go to pbkennelclub.com. It's Wednesday morning. We're live at PBKC at the Palm Beach Kennel Club right here in West Palm Beach, Florida for PBKC Picks. And we're at that time of the year where there's really not much to talk about. It's get ready for a boring show.
Show canceled. Let's go.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
Not much.
It's been a pleasure.
Well, I mean, what a difference a week makes. Last week, we had 2 members of our broadcast that still had teams in the playoffs, and now none of us do. So let's get into all the action. I'm Mike Jameson, Earnest Christian.
Hi.
Noah Carbone.
How you guys doing?
So let's talk about Big Game Party. We know none of our teams are going to be in it, but it's going to be on February 8th, and that's the Big Game Party at the Paddock. It is a bucket of beer special for $25 or more. Bet placed the day of at PBKC with the Hard Rock Bet app. You bet $25, we're going to give you a bucket of beer. We also have bucket of beer specials and a $45 all-you-can-eat buffet. It is the best ticket in town. Nobody does the big game like the Paddock. For more information, go to our website, pbkennelclub.com, or call them at 561-683-2222, and that is extension 199. And let's jump into our CBS Sports Pick'em contest. The other day, I randomly chose 9 different names that are going to compete in our poker game, and that is going to be on February 4th. That's on a Wednesday.
We're going to say these names?
Lapchinsky, Eric Williams, Jorge Goyanes, Ian Auville. That's the one who we wanted to replace Earnest for a long time.
Ian, you have a chance still.
Still do. Richard Perlman, Ashley Gear, and Bruce D. So congratulations. I'm going to be
well done, Mike, by the way,
D.
too.
No last name is D? Bruce D.
He's just
Was it DJ?
That was probably the name he couldn't pronounce, and he just
it's like Prince. You know, he doesn't need a full name.
That's right.
Or Noah.
Yeah, but congratulations to all our winners. I'm going to be emailing you after the show. And again, that poker tournament is going to be on February 4th at around 1 p.m. So I'm going to email everybody after the show and let them know. But let's jump into the NFL news.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
So much going on in the coaching carousel. Let's start with somebody we've talked a lot about on the show. I particularly feel for this person. I have a lot in common with Mike Tomlin.
Okay.
My name is Mike.
Yeah.
I worked for the Rooney.
Really? Yeah.
I worked for the Rooney for a long time.
Yeah.
And they should have fired me a long time ago.
Right, and you never win anything.
And I always get there,
Mediocre.
but I don't win the big game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always there, but Mike Tomlin stepping down after 19 years.
Wait, we forgot he won a Super Bowl in 2000, the second year as head coach?
He did win a Super Bowl.
And he went to another Super Bowl 2 years later?
Look at his record, guys. 193 wins, 114 losses, and 2 ties, 1 Super Bowl in 19 seasons. That is a heck of a career.
He
with
tied
a team.
Chuck Noll for wins also, too.
Yeah, an amazing career. We've talked a lot about him on the show. How are we feeling today about the Mike Tomlin news? Go ahead, Ernest.
I guess I'm a little. I think the shocking part is how fast it went. Like it literally was within 12 hours after, they went final on Monday night. Embarrassing. Like the assumption is it's probably a mutual parting. But the more I sit on this, is like maybe he really was burned out because he looked a little burned out this year. This is the first time Tom looked like, not like he didn't want to coach, but like he definitely felt a little bit more pressure. But the Steelers fans have been very 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 loud about wanting to have change and whatnot. And look, there's a case for that. There's a case for the fact it has gotten stale. No playoff wins in a decade now. Haven't been to the Super Bowl since 2010. So there's a lot of cases to be made for Tomlin to be gone. But I always go back and I've not been shy about this. I even told Pat to his face about this, that Jets fans ain't trying to hear that. Browns fans ain't trying to hear that. Jets haven't been to 8 playoffs in 15 years. So Mike Tomlin, for all the stuff that he hasn't done the last 10 years in terms of getting over the hump to being a real Super Bowl contender, they're at least competing to get to go to the playoffs and go to the playoffs every year. And I think there's something to be said about a guy 19 years, not one losing season. Not even a great Bill Belichick or even Andy Reid could say that. Okay, so that's something to be said. But I think he might have been a little burned out here. I think change is sometimes a good thing, and I'm not saying that. I think he's a Hall of Fame coach, obviously, and I think he's done a lot of good things in Pittsburgh. But maybe it's time to shake things up a little bit.
Okay, so Mike alluded to the fact that he and I are both long-time tenured Rooney people.
We're Rooney people.
Okay,
all of us are, yeah.
Right, and we've had flashes of greatness, right, Mike, where we've absolutely crushed it, where we're
one
absolutely
or two times,
a couple times unstoppable. The circus, World Series, but all this stuff, crazy stuff that. You're talking too close to home, Ernest. Now, be like, yeah, it's just time for a change. We just got to get guys changed out of here. Like, what are you trying to say right now, Ernest? Are you trying to say that Mike and I are like we just need new blood in here?
Even me?
How long have you been here,
Ernest? I've been in 23 years, so I'm in there also too. So
that's enough, Ernest.
What about consistency and confidence in what you have? Okay, so you have a known product in what is. I'm not even going to speak for. I'm going to speak for myself. I'm going to plead for myself. You have consistency, and you have a good product that you put out in a consistent fashion where you do a good job. The city loves you, right? It's very comparable to what I have going on here.
Some people
right.
do, yeah.
And the city loves you, and you're like, okay, let's just make a change to try to do something different when you have a proven commodity. Right? You have a proven commodity. Why just make a change? So it's not always, you ever hear this one? The grass isn't always greener.
I agree
You
with
ever
you.
hear that one, Ernest?
All the time.
All right, so now you're looking at, okay, let's get another guy in, all right? And now Baltimore, right across the way there, Baltimore's like, okay, we need a change. And then Pittsburgh's like, we need a change.
They fired their guy, though.
Right. It's the same idea. He got fired like, one day somebody's going to tell me, but like, you know what, let's just go our separate ways. I'm not getting fired, probably. We're just going to be like, okay, and then we just go our separate ways. So it's an amicable thing when you have a good relationship with the ownership. And you say, Jim, whatever you want. But to be looking outside and say, okay, we need something else, something different, aside from something egregious errors at this stage where you're 18 years in, or how many years? 18, right?
For Tomlin?
23.
Yeah.
19.
No, 19.
All right, you're 19, whatever.
But me? 23.
I'm not you. I'm not asking about you.
Oh,
anyway,
Tomlin, 19, yeah.
So you have all these years in where you're like, okay, now's the time to make a change. You could have made this change years ago. You make the move now. This was probably more like Tomlin, like, okay, this is like isn't working for either of us. Let's go ahead and do something else. Maybe Mike Tomlin wants to change the scenery. I mean, maybe he wants.
And that's the thing I think I'm most worried about with Steelers fans. Like, you careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Because you feel this way now.
Yeah.
Happy he's gone. Some of y'all anyway. Don't come at me in 5 years when you guys are going 4-13, 5-12. Okay, and I think there's a real case next year the Steelers may really bottom out. Like what Pat was saying earlier in the year about 4-13.
I think
that might be a reality. Like there's a world next year the Browns finish the year better than the Steelers because I think number one the Steelers are old. Let's start there. They're old. T.J. Watt's old. All their key guys are old. DK Metcalf didn't really work out this year in the way he didn't match the expectations anyway. There's a real case the Steelers may really, really bottom out. And in my lifetime, I've been a football fan for 36 years. I have never, ever, even under Chuck Noll, his last 2 years of Chuck Noll, see the Steelers team bottom out like a 4-12 or none of that stuff. The worst Steelers team I've ever seen in my lifetime was 6-10. So there you go. You're going to get something that you've never seen in generations. If the goal for the Steelers is to start fresh, like total rebuild, because that's where I see it going. I don't see a retool. I see a massive rebuild. You find a red hot coordinator that's young that can put a system in there that can elevate in that offense. One offense was terrible this year, so you want to go young and find something fresh.
Like Patullo.
That's a good one.
Anyone but.
It's I'm not a fan. I am not a fan. And don't take any of this personally, of taking somebody from that existing coach's team and promoting them and making them the guy. They did that in Dallas, and essentially you get the same product. Literally Dallas did it last year where their head coach gets fired, and they take the guy next in line and move him into that spot. You get the same product. You need a different look. You need a totally different look.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I'm sorry for a team that works with me, and if everything ever happens to me, that they're not going to. But it's better sometimes to reinvent the wheel than to try to just.
I think there's a lot of people here that could probably just step right. No, I'm just kidding. But No, in the Steelers organization, we can't wait to hear from Pat next week. Hopefully, on the
we
show.
need to put aside
I'm sure
10 minutes for him to react to this.
He's going to need like a week to mull it over and think about what he's going to say nicely about it. And he'll be hopefully on the show next week to talk about this.
It is funny though. We're talking about Tomlin about the loss to the Texans. That's the big news.
We'll get there.
They got crushed by the Texans. But one of the other big coaching vacancies that we didn't get to talk about because this came out, I believe, last Wednesday, was Mike McDaniel was fired after 4 seasons with the Miami Dolphins.
That was a reaction to when the coaching dominoes started to fall. They're like, oh, Harbaugh's on the market?
Yeah,
let's get rid of
Correct.
McDaniel.
Correct.
So you dump him. I don't know if there's ever been a better class available right now for coaches. I don't know if McDaniel – I'm not a McDaniel's head coach guy. Again, we talked about leader of men, and if you wear, ankles, ankle high or knee high capris,
Not capris
all that
again.
stuff. It's hard to motivate people. You probably need a beard and charisma and some other things.
Yeah, definitely a beard. If you don't have a beard, you're not going to coach.
So that one, you can't say surprising. I mean, how are you going to say surprising? That one, long time coming.
It was certainly in play. I mean, them playing better at the end of the year certainly helped his cases keep his job. But here's the thing, though. They have a lot of issues coming up. Like over and over, we talk about the cap issue. Quarterback number 1, the cap issues it's horrible right now. So whoever's going to take over that job, is going to need a long leash to get things to work out for the next 5 years.
Yeah, speaking of which, we're going to put a poll up to see what jobs are the best jobs. Like we're going to put something out for the
I would be honest.
To say,
I will tell you right now,
not spoiler.
Not to even like filter the conversation here, but
okay.
I think the Dolphins' job right now, by virtue of the situation, is the worst job of all.
Yeah, it's not a great situation with
that,
draft capital and contracts and a good quarterback. A good quarterback would be a start. Miami does not have that.
Have anything.
I mean, I think hands down the best job available right now has to be the Ravens.
By far.
Yeah,
by far.
You have a top.
There's a pretty, and I hate to say this, there's a pretty good job available in the middle of a swamp in New Jersey over there. Like that's a good spot too.
The Giants job's pretty good too. Also, but I think, but the thing is that if you take the Ravens, you're immediately in the conversation for the Super Bowl. Immediately in the conversation because you have a top 2 or 3 quarterback in the league. Okay, you have still a top 2 or 3 running back in the league, and a team that underwhelmed this year.
I firmly disagree.
Okay. So,
firmly or just somewhat firmly?
No, absolutely.
Okay, because there's a tiered system to this thing also too.
Firm, like
so
diamond.
We have all offseason to debate this, buddy.
The openings right now: the Cardinals, Falcons, Ravens, Browns, Raiders, Dolphins, Giants, and Steelers, and don't forget about the Titans.
You just made a list.
Too. The Titans too.
Wow,
it's a long list right now.
Now's the time. Like I got to throw my resume in there.
I think so.
Bro, you did say that when the year started. That
is this my chance?
I've heard enough about you.
Look at I will say this much. I'll give you this, Noah. You look good in the headset.
No, this is easy. Everybody's happy. Ready? Mike Tomlin, you're here. I'm there.
Mike Tomlin runs the poker room.
Mike Tomlin runs the poker room. I run the Pittsburgh Steelers football team. I'm in the mix. This is a win-win. This is an absolute win-win. This is the easiest choice you ever make. I'll be off the stream at 11:30. I'll wait for my phone.
Congrats, 6-11 next year. 6-11 next year.
I happen to know some Roonies, and
I'm a leader of men. I want a fair opportunity to have a chance to coach this football team.
Will be good on TV.
I can get these guys ready.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin, welcome to the team. I can't wait till he starts working here. And you show him his tiny office that he has,
It is great. I'm going to take my pictures, and I'm bringing my pictures out here.
He told me to leave the pictures.
Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen?
He can bring his Super Bowl rings and stuff and display them in the corner next to the filing cabinet.
Okay. The top candidates right now, obviously John Harbaugh, Kevin Stefanski, Jesse Minter, Robert Saleh. I believe he's with the 49ers.
He is defensive coordinator right now.
Jeff Hafley, Brian Flores.
That guy.
So many players.
Stop
so many guys.
I think nothing. I haven't heard anything about this, but he interviewed the Ravens yesterday. I think there's a very good chance that lawsuit aside, the Ravens may actually scoop him up.
Yeah, scoop him up like it's a commodity, like Brian Flores.
Well. The dude.
Do you remember when he coached the Dolphins?
Did
you forget that part?
But here's the thing, though. everything's played out in hindsight,
Yeah.
he was correct on the Tua thing.
On the
He was
Tua
correct
thing?
on.
Yeah, but
he's a
it
phenomenal.
didn't make the rest of the football good.
No, but the coordinator, he's also done a great job in Minnesota with the defense. He did a good job for the 1 or 2 years in Pittsburgh with the defense.
Yeah.
So his stock actually could be argued to be higher now than it was when he got hired after coming out of New England.
Miami needs an offensive guy. Their whole thing got wiped. Like their offense is wiped.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about another team that we talk about quite often on the show that got rid of their offensive coordinator yesterday, and his name is Kevin Patullo, and I'm sure you're happy about that.
Merry Christmas.
Are we talking about the game first?
No, we're going to talk about the
Patullo.
coach.
Okay, Patullo.
The game's going to come later. That's when everybody's going to chime in.
There's some times in life where you're just not good at something. Like it's just not a good fit for you. Like it's just not it. This is it. Like if anybody I watched Hard Knocks, and it was tough to watch. It was us losing the game. I'm actually in the like my wife's wearing this bright green, and I'm in the video. I could see it as we're losing. I'm on Hard Knocks. I'm in there.
Wow, you're a star.
Terrible.
Can I have your autograph?
You can after the show. So
After the show.
this thing was that you look at the plays and what we're doing, and it's terrible. If this change didn't get made, I would sincerely have to question everybody up and down the chain, up to and including the ownership. This just had to happen, and it did. You have the same 10. You have 10 of 11 returning starters, and everybody was in the game 3 days ago. They were in the game. And you put that product on the field when the year before you went to Super Bowl and just lighting everybody up. We had a defense that got 2 interceptions, and we lose the game at home in that fashion. Heads have to roll, and I point to the offensive coordinator.
Anything short of winning the Super Bowl, they were going to be gone anyway, honestly. They had, even up until this week, the best roster, in my opinion, in football, especially on that side of the ball.
Yeah, you said
with
that.
talent. And the fact this team look as lifeless as it did pretty much most of the year, that's pathetic. And now the Eagles are going to have their 6th coordinator in 6 years?
7 for 7.
7 in 7 years?
Yeah.
I think Hurts is like 10 in 10 years now because we go back to Alabama.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is a long time coming, obviously. Now, funny enough, he's still employed by the Eagles, though.
Funny.
He's still employed by the Eagles,
We're not sure. We're getting mixed reports on that.
He might be a janitor or something.
You just need to go.
Maybe a new mascot.
Like where do you put him? Like you bring in a new offense coordinator, you have the guy behind you, be like that used to stink at the job, and you're his boss, and that doesn't work.
Did you see the video of the kid after the game? Complain well, we need a 5 for 2, get rid of AJ Brown.
That kid was good.
Oh my gosh, amazing!
I watched a show with that
kid. That kid is me. That kid's me.
That's Noah in miniature form.
That actually could have been Noah.
That's a 12-year-old me.
Yeah. Let's talk about the game. The Eagles' title defense ended on Sunday night with a 23-19 loss of the broken 49ers,
who got more broken.
Kittle was hurt. They were without a lot of starters like all season long.
So
Noah went to the game.
You paint the picture.
Did you go to the game?
You roll into the city, right? You roll in there on Friday.
He was there.
You go down to Rittenhouse, and all the buildings are lit up in green, and everybody in the whole entire city, the dogs included, the dogs are wearing little shirts, little Eagle shirts, right?
Yeah, it's cute.
And
what
everybody's
about the cats?
excited.
The cats too?
I didn't see any of the cats, nor the fish, or any birds, or any of that. But I did see the dogs are wearing full Eagle. Everybody has it. Everybody, go birds, the whole thing. All right, we're ready. And then we put that product on the field on Sunday, and it was the most miserable experience. I might retire from traveling to football games after this one. Okay, I get my seat, right? We're like 5 rows in the end zone off the thing, and everybody's coming by, and Jason Kelsey and his wife is there, and everybody's excited, Slay, and everybody's saying we're high five, and Howie Roseman comes by, and everybody gives a big cheer when they used to boo him 5 years ago. All this stuff, right? And then my seat's open on my right-hand side. I'm in section 111.
Nice
This is
seats.
important. Section 111, row 4. Okay, this is important. Seat 21 or row 5, seat 21. Right. Okay. Guy comes in, and this guy had to be the guy. You know when there's a guy for a team that's like the Raider guy everybody has a guy.
Right.
I get the guy. I get the guy, the San Fran guy, and he has this Transformer helmet on, right?
Oh,
sounds
awesome.
And he's hitting buttons, and it's playing this music and stuff, and he's flipping, and the shield's coming down and up, and he's hitting, and his name was Reyes. He had his name on the back of his shirt, Reyes, right? So Reyes is here, and his wife, and they have the things popping, and he's scoring, and he pops the hood, and he's in my face, and the fans are. So Reyes, overall, not the worst guy. He was actually. I don't want to say, but Reyes said but the guy behind me. All right, so whoever to whom it may concern. Okay, row 6, section 111, seat 21, maybe 22. The absolute worst season ticket holder I've ever experienced in my life for any sporting event or anything ever. This guy complained when we ran. This guy complained when we threw the ball. This guy at the end of the game. I'm like getting ready to drop dead here from the anticipation of this game, and we're driving down the field, and he's in the back. There's 2 minutes, 40 seconds left, and we're down by 4, and he's chirping something about, like, we got to run the clock out and leave him no time. And I'm like, what are you talking about right now? We're losing right now. We got to score. Like, we're not going to catch the ball and run and kneel it or anything. We're going to score. We have to score, and we have to score right now. Can you please be quiet? This guy was the most insufferable fan ever. I don't know why you subject yourself to this. You hated every minute of it. You hated the offense. You hated the defense. You didn't know the name of the backup running back. You're like, oh, yeah, well, that guy, he's pretty good or whatever. It's like Tank. It's Tank. His name's Tank. This guy, it was – so imagine this, we're losing, and this guy, he's yelling, and he's saying all this stupid stuff, and it took every bit of me as a person to not turn around and be like, can you please?
So you're saying the Reyes guy was cooler than the Eagles fan?
I'll take Reyes. Like, if I had to be in a room and watch a game, me and Reyes with his Transformer helmet, and I remember when I was 12 years old and I had a Transformer helmet, but
probably not as nice.
And it barely fit because of the size of my melon.
What?
But, so, yeah, and it's like, and then we put that product on the field. Here's the biggest problem.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Eagles have become, the fans have become so accustomed to success. Mm-hmm. We booed way too early. We were literally one-score game. We were never more than one score behind or whatever, and the fans just started getting on the players. That does no good for anybody. Just so everybody knows, there's not one player on the sideline or in the huddle when you start booing them, like, you know what? They're right. Let's get out there and try to play better. That does not happen. And the energy got sucked out of that building, and it was lights out. It was
I don't know
terrible.
I don't know why you're surprised by that, though. This is Eagles fans in a nutshell.
Yeah, I know. When we're doing our podcast and people come by and start booing, it kind of throws me off too.
Yeah,
but you should. This is what the Eagle fans do all the time, though.
It's the Eagle fan.
You know, it is what it is. But
we need positivity.
So how was
you can't win a Super Bowl every year.
Listen, I agree with you. Know what you're saying? I'm just saying that the large part of the base is this is the way they act. Now they're entitled. They went to winning 2 Super Bowls in 6-7 years, and now they feel like they're entitled to a Super Bowl every year. Yeah. I get it. But the Niners, they came to the game banged up as is. Mm-hmm. Then they get even more banged up. Lose Kittle, I think, in the second quarter of the game with Achilles tear. Maybe out for the next year, too, and probably his career. Who knows? I watched that game on Sunday, and I'm saying to myself, you know, take away Andy Reid for a second. Kyle Shanahan might be the best coach of football. Because how he schemes that team, what he's done this year, this is by far his best job he's done in his entire career. This dude schemes better than any coach I've seen in a long time.
Wait, could it possibly be? Could it, by any chance, Ernest, could it be? They threw 2 interceptions. Their offense wasn't great. Could it be by any chance that Patullo is absolutely the worst at his job as anybody's ever been at their job ever?
No. There's definitely a combination of that too also. Yeah. But at the same time, Kyle Shanahan, what he's done with this team, all the injuries. Yeah. Brock Purdy missed half the year. Okay, Mac Jones held the fourth down, and they're still 12-5 and had a chance to win number 1 seed. I've been
managing people for 30 years. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody as bad at their job, what they're supposed to do, than Patullo was.
Ray Handley was bad for the Giants for 2 years.
Yeah,
I've seen some pretty bad employees here.
Nah, this guy Patullo. Give me anybody back. I got a laundry list of guys that I put in that. Like, just be like, at least they like admit this guy couldn't even admit that he had a problem.
So you're putting the whole game on him.
100%.
There's a lot. There's a lot of blame he carried out. Like, obviously Patullo gets most of the blame, but there's blame. Look, Jalen Hurts. I love Jalen Hurts. Didn't play well this week.
What are you talking about?
AJ Brown
missed it.
You can't demand the ball. Fight with your coach. Demand the ball, and then said football. You don't catch it.
All right,
that's your job.
All right, All right. Forget all this nonsense, whatever, right? You can't win a Super Bowl every year, but here's the good news. Ready? Here's the good news.
Is it good news?
Yeah.
I got good news. The Eagles lost.
No, this is good news. There's good news here. Ready?
Okay, what is it?
There's a pattern.
Okay.
And patterns tend to wild card, Super Bowl appearance, wild card, win the Super Bowl, wild card, Super Bowl appearance or a win.
But here's the thing.
Super stuff.
I laugh at that. Yeah. Right? Yeah, I mean, laugh at that.
You laugh?
No. Here's the thing, though. Is there a world where I see Eagles in the Super Bowl next year? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again,
me too.
The parity in this league is wide open, bro.
Get me an offense coordinator, Mike McDaniel. You're hired. You don't need.
What up, question?
Just call plays.
That'd be a great hire.
All right.
Now, that being said, does AJ Brown back next year to the team?
No, he's not.
Now, I will say though, I say no also, but that cap hit they trade him
I know,
is
it
massive.
still happens. People do it.
So
it happens.
The same, but I trust Howie Roseman to get the job done.
How he does.
How many text messages did you get the other night?
So all right, so there's etiquette that goes with this thing, right? Like you get
What's that?
There's football etiquette.
This is where John Bunner comes into the equation.
When you have like the final one didn't even cut, and as soon as it hit 1, I'm in Philadelphia, and he timed this thing perfectly. So as soon as I'm looking up at the clock, it hits 0, and it goes off, and there's John Bunner, and he blah blah blah, a little meme or whatever, and yeah, there's etiquette, and there's also humanity involved here, and at some point, like kicking somebody while they're down. Okay, if the gloves are off again, they're off again. But don't be calling the general manager and tell me that I hurt your feelings next time. I don't want to hear it.
Man. Ooh. And he's in the chat too.
They're off. The gloves are off.
That's Noah's like arch enemy. He also works here too for the Tote Company. But congrats to the 49ers moving on. Now moving on to other games. The Texans trounced the Steelers 30-6. Is Aaron Rodgers coming back? What's he going to do?
No, he's done.
No.
He's done.
Yeah, that's it.
And it wasn't because of last night. It's just I thought he was done before the year started.
He's done.
We kind of had an idea that this was going to be his last year.
Yeah.
So, I'm not surprised.
No, he was serviceable. He did a good job. But, so now you have a Steelers team with no coach. You have no quarterback, right? So now you're going to start looking at figuring out what you're going to do next. But, man, this game, they were still in it.
They were in it
third
at halftime.
quarter.
Yeah,
we
they
were
were
third
down.
quarters
They were down
rolling
one
around.
score in the middle of the third quarter.
And then all of a sudden the wheels fell off and the thing came apart. They couldn't move the ball. This was the first full Houston game that I watched this season, and they cannot be stopped on defense. Like, their defense is flying to the ball. But I'll have more to say about that later. But, man, Pittsburgh didn't have an answer. They were the tackling, and everybody's flying around, and it was just,
and
strip sacks.
And that's the sad part for the Steelers. This was a winnable game still because the Texans obviously didn't play that great. C.J. Stroud looked like garbage, honestly. He did. And yet, third quarter, you're down 1 score. You have a chance to one big play here could change the game there, and then the Houston defense just took over. I mean, it's one of those things where I don't know. I think this. I haven't won the Super Bowl this year. Now I am a little concerned because Nico Collins get hurt, concussion protocol, short week. He probably won't play against the Patriots, so my pick might be in jeopardy now.
Okay.
But I mean, it was impressive.
Was he the guy who lit him up? No, who lit him up? There was one guy.
Kirk
lit him up.
Kirk.
Not Charlie Kirk, Christian Kirk.
Yeah,
that's
don't make that mistake.
Stephen A. did that yesterday.
Yeah. We don't do that. We're knowledgeable and learned men.
So C.J. Stroud C.J. Stroud 3 years in the league.
Yeah.
3 playoff wins.
Wow.
Just saying.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
Tony Burns checking in again. Aaron Rodgers is the new Phillip Rivers.
I don't think
agree.
so.
I think he will come back to a team at the end of next season. Maybe they win after that.
I honestly don't think Rodgers loves football the same way Phillip Rivers does. Honestly. I don't think it'll happen.
Well, he doesn't want to get away from all his kids either. Yeah. But because does Aaron Rodgers have any kids?
No, Aaron Rodgers is like they're not even two of the same people. Aaron Rodgers doesn't like kids.
I could see him doing that.
And Phillip Rivers isn't going into the jungle and doing ayahuasca. It's not happening.
Yeah, and also insurance with Phillip Rivers. He needed insurance.
Okay, so the Bills held off the Jaguars 27-24. What a season for the Jaguars, but the Bills are moving on. How do we feel about their chances, guys?
Well, first off, the sad part about the Jaguars losing is I don't think hear Jaguars again until September.
Yeah,
I hate that.
I'm going to say
sorry.
it every week still.
I'm trying to find a way to slip it in there somehow. But again, we've been saying all year long, this team is very Josh Allen reliant. And this game was no exception. And he's a little nicked up for this game. The game changed really for me. You remember in the second quarter, Jags up 7-3, 4th and 2. They converted for the first down. They challenged the play on a virtual replay, overturned that.
Okay.
And that doesn't happen. Jags probably score there. It's 14-3 second quarter.
Yeah.
And look at a different game here.
Right.
The playoffs are about momentum. Everything is magnified in the playoffs. And that spot, that point, is when the game changed because the Bills scored down, went on 97 yards, scored a touchdown, and from that point on, the Jaguars never really got momentum back. They were in the game, but never got the momentum back. And then Josh Allen with the football late in the game, you know what's going to happen. So, look, the Bills, it's a Josh Allen bust situation. He needs more help. I still don't know if he'll get that week to week. We'll see. But the Jaguars had a chance to win this game, and then they honestly blew it.
So you want to talk about irony, all right? So here I'm in Philadelphia waiting for the game to start, the terrible game that it was. And on the big screen, they're playing the Bills game. And the Bills, if you remember, for years have been pushing, like, stop the tush push, stop the tush push. So here I am in Philadelphia the home of the tush push, right?
Yeah,
this is where it started, the epicenter, if you will, of the tush push. On the big screen is Josh Allen lining up for a tush push and going 9 yards on a tush push play to score the go-ahead touchdown in Philadelphia after they voted against it. Get out of here with that garbage. Nobody wants to hear it anymore. Like, just allow the play or don't allow the play, whatever you're going to do. But at least if you're going to stand for it and say, yeah, we vote against it, then stand for what you stand for. Don't do that. But that was ironic. But Josh Allen, he's – okay, so now, you know, me and Jalen Hurts, we're going to take a break, and I'm back on. It's me and Joshy the rest of the way.
Man.
Well, that makes sense.
It's like a soap opera. I'm like watching General Hospital.
So we'll talk about the games and the matchups coming up. But yeah, Josh Allen's just too much, and he's the, in my opinion, he's the best quarterback left in the playoffs.
He is by far. I mean,
not by
close.
far to Stafford.
Well, Josh Allen's size and his youth obviously gives him an advantage.
Yeah. Right. Well, you just sold Stafford short. So
no, Stafford's fantastic, but
no,
I'm just saying,
not, like, clearly
Stafford's always one hit away from getting hurt for the rest of the year. So
you are too.
Not me.
Jesus.
I got a big head though. So
this is off the rails already, guys.
Oh God!
Now let's
violence.
Now let's talk about the Patriots. They beat the Chargers 16-3. That was the only unexciting wild card game of the weekend.
I disagree with that.
Well, I mean, the Texans game wasn't that exciting after the third quarter either.
Yeah.
But Patriots beat the Chargers.
Okay.
16-3.
I disagree with that for one reason. That was was it sexy? Was it flashy? No. It was a one-score game till middle of the fourth quarter. And I feel bad for Justin Herbert. I really do, because I can't pin this on him.
Because he's bad at football, you feel bad for him?
No, that line, you need an offensive line. They couldn't block to save his life.
You see what Joe Burrow does with no offensive line? I don't want to hear it.
I get that, but in a playoff game, look, this is a long time coming, because we saw for weeks now that the Chargers' offensive lines were disintegrating since week 15.
Yeah.
So not a surprise here, obviously. So I feel bad for him. The Pats, it's an okay win, I guess. They didn't look. They were. It was a tough game. Yeah. I honestly think if these teams were both healthy, both on par, their result probably. Because I think the Chargers are a better team in terms of roster than the Patriots. But I think the dynamics were why the result or the result. That being said, though, Drake May, not a great game, but Drake May finding ways to win. He had 60 yards rushing on top of that too. Also, this kid's really good, man. This kid is. I mean, if we're doing top 10 quarterbacks next year, I mean, he's top 10 now, right? Got to be, right?
You talk about, okay, so, and again, we put all these judgments on these quarterbacks, and, like, let's just judge them whether they win or lose games for you. I mean, that should literally, I would get rid of all stats if in a perfect world, right?
But you wouldn't, because you use stats on the show all the time.
We're
talking about
stats, and I just want to talk wins and losses.
No more
quarterbacks
stats
that win. No more stats here.
Trent Doe for a top 10 all time. There you go.
Imagine a world with no stats.
That's a stat. I don't want to hear it.
You win games. You win games. You lose games. You lose games. At what point does that not matter more than all these stats and all this flat whatever? Like the Herberts he can't get a win in the playoffs, and then you have the Lamar Jacksons who can't get over the hump, and then you have the opposite. You have the Patty Mahomes who can close the deal, and the Jalen Hurts who can do the same,
he did Sunday. He did Sunday.
To do that, yeah.
He did do it Sunday.
But at least they have shown that. Okay, there's guys who show that they can't perform under pressure. That's a thing. You ever hear that?
No,
you know what I'm talking about, Ernest. Like it's like
wow.
It's like the pressure's on.
Wait. That feels personal. Hold on a second. That feels personal.
Have you been talking to his wife?
No, I was talking about the big game downstairs. The big game's going, and we throw you in there, and you have to deal with a gigantic game with all that money on the table. Yeah, you start getting sweaty, and you're shaking, and you start
talking
arm spaghetti.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're a mess. But give me a quarterback, and here's May. He comes right out of the gate, playoff game, win.
He has the intangibles. I don't. Well, here's where I'll agree with you. I don't care about the stats either, because the stats weren't that great for Drake May. But again, I'm watching the game. I'm not going to sit and say, "Oh, it's next Tom Brady." Stop all that. I'm watching this kid. I'm like, he's finding ways to win. Not his arm, but his legs, and he's. There's something about this guy I love. I love him come out of Carolina.
Yeah.
So I think this team is scary, honestly. You don't know what to expect from week to week. So
okay. Now moving on, the Cardiac Bears, big comeback win to the Packers, 31-27.
This team is. I don't get it. I'm watching the game on. I'm watching the game on Saturday. Like, there's no way to come back from this game.
Did he get fired?
Who's that? Mark Fleur? No,
Mark LaFleur.
No, in fact, he's getting an extension most likely.
That's great.
It's already been announced.
Because he blew that.
Can I ask you a question before we get to the game?
Go ahead, ask it.
The whole Ben Johnson, Matt LaFleur thing.
Yeah.
Does that bother you? Because I love it. I think
What's
it's great.
the thing? He can't touch his back? Like, what is going on?
No, it's just that he's like, they're very short with each other when it comes to handshakes. And I know Ben Johnson, when he got hired as presser, he said, like, I hate the Packers. And there's some, apparently there's some.
cheese grating thing now. Is that going to come back to haunt somebody?
I don't know, man, but I love it. Like, look, I understand the Packers-Bears rivalry is the oldest in NFL history.
Yeah.
I've never personally been invested in it because I've been one, excuse me, I'm an NFC East guy, so I don't really care. Mm-hmm. I've never cared about Packers-Bears until now.
Oh.
Now I care.
I like that.
And the reason I care now, the
Chicago voice.
Mr. Man. Yeah. The reason why I care because the Ben Johnson LaFleur thing is a real thing. I love it. I think it's great for football.
Coach Beef, you're a big
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. Ben Johnson hates Matt LaFleur. Ben Johnson hates the Packers. Yeah. It's why be fake about it?
Yeah,
why?
Yeah.
So, but
we should do that more here.
This is what frustrates me with the Packers. They played in the same spot, the same stadium, literally 3 weeks ago.
Chicago.
Virtually similar situation, up 2 scores late in the game, and blew it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. This Bears run, I don't have no words for it. Honestly, I'm watching the game thinking this is the way they're coming back this time, and then they pull it off again. Like, is this a team of destiny now?
Is Caleb Williams the real deal?
Well,
no. Like,
I will say this though about Caleb Williams. Though, you're gonna hate when I say this though.
Yeah. He made a great throw.
There'll be many publications and podcasts, including mine, most likely.
Okay.
That when
shameless
we're doing all our
yours,
previews
Tuesdays
and top 10 quarterbacks in the league,
top 9. Yeah.
He will be in a lot of top 10 lists next year.
Wow.
Because of the ability to come back from behind. Like
is Jalen Hurts out of there and he's in there?
No, he's still Jalen Hurts still in there, brother. Come on now. Don't insult Mike. I guess because you left him for a while for hiatus. Yeah. Don't
take
do that.
a break.
That was your winner guy.
You need a break.
Separation, if you will.
So Bears. You believe in the Bears now?
Just gotta read. What?
You believe in the Bears?
No, I know I told you my team. There's only one team that's going to win this thing now.
The Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
The Bills. The Rams beat the Panthers 34-31.
What a game.
I don't think anybody thought it was going to be that close unless you were a Panther fan. Unless you're
I did.
him and you call the team frisky.
I did.
So we were marked safe. In case you didn't notice, I was going to say we didn't get frisky one time for the first time in the history of the channel last week. Mm-hmm. And you can go and say it wasn't in there. Nope. I listened to it all.
Can we edit Jake and just throw it in there just for the streak?
And now it's back. Thanks a lot, Mike. Now
I didn't say it.
I brought
Frisky's
it back.
Yeah.
I brought it back.
Yeah.
I was going to say it anyway.
Were they frisky, Ernest?
I thought it'd be closer because of the weather. One saw the weather report saying that it was going to be a little cloudy, plus some rain there. It's in Carolina. And plus, I don't care how bad this team is. I don't like any home team in the playoffs getting double-digit points. That doesn't sound good. So... And look, that game could have been a blowout. Like Rams had a chance to put the game away early, and then that Puka, drop in the second quarter. They didn't convert the fourth down, and all of a sudden the Panthers got a little confidence, almost won the game, quite out loud.
Yeah.
The Rams, I think the Rams need this though. I think the Rams probably thought they were going to go in there and just coast through the whole thing, and no, they needed this honestly. But Carolina, look, 8-9 team, I get it. They're not supposed to be there. Bryce Young, they have a decision to make about Bryce Young by the way because he's doing extension now. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's that good still.
Well, what are you going to go with then?
You pick his option.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's proven to get
not yet. Yeah,
money.
You pick up the last
But they have a nice little core there. That's receiving core there. And, highest paid offensive line in football right now currently.
Yeah.
There's something brewing in Carolina. But I just don't – the Bryce Young thing, I don't get. I call them the zombie Panthers. I don't get it. I just –
I don't get that either.
Yeah. So
the zombie Panthers. I don't understand.
Don't understand that?
So
they shouldn't be here.
I think that they gave them everything they could. It's tough to win in the NFL. All right, now you make the playoffs and you're a competitive team, and I've seen it myself, like where your team is clearly the better team, and 9 times out of 10 they would win that game in Philadelphia on Sunday, and they don't. And things come into play. You mentioned the weather. The wind was whipping. You couldn't throw the ball. I mean, you can't throw the ball anyway, but you wouldn't be able to throw the ball in that stadium for anything, says me. I said it.
When else I now on the track and see, dude.
A lot of personal attacks.
Don't start me right now, bro.
So
I'm younger than you are.
But they did what they could with what they had, and yeah, I mean the coach comes in and you get to the playoffs and you put on a pretty good showing, and they're progressing. They're heading in the right direction. We keep sitting here saying, well, they're surprising. Eventually, you stop being surprising and start being good at football. And I think they're on the cusp of that. So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, give Bryce. Let's go another year and see what happens.
And remember, they beat them about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, talking about the injuries going into the divisional round, we have George Kittle. He's out for the 49ers.
Probably all next year, too, also.
Surgery,
and for the record, The Philadelphia. So Kittle had all his business Philadelphia fans. We stood and we clapped.
I heard that.
You guys got classier.
Now half the people clapped because he was out, but the other half clapped because we appreciate
Some
your.
people
Thank you.
care.
You guys
playing.
got nicer. When Scotty got hurt in the year, you guys did the same thing
we
too.
did that.
Even Big Dom came to the
It's almost
hospital.
like a
and checked on him.
mockery now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Dom. I saw Big Dom. He waved. I waved to Big
I
Dom.
don't know if you liked it.
That's nice.
You should be your coordinator. next
Big
year.
Dom.
Yeah, Big Dom.
Yeah, I need a Big Dom.
Okay.
Like just a guy following me around.
Oh, you're going to
Maybe
have people
Bunner will
following
do
you
it.
around soon.
Big
but-
buns. We'll have Bunner do it.
Oh, man.
Butter.
Big buns.
Big buns.
Gabe Davis is also out. He has a ACL tear.
Ooh, that's
good.
huge.
Yeah. Gabe
That's
Davis
huge.
is gone.
So what do they have left?
Jordan Poyer for the Bills. He's ruled out for the divisional round game.
Oh gosh.
And of course, Joshy was limited in practice, but
He's
gonna play.
fine.
Again, Josh on the bust. And these injuries don't help that situation.
Okay, currently with the teams left, who's your Super Bowl, Ernest?
So I came into this thing saying Seattle. Well, actually saying Philadelphia and Houston. Philadelphia's gone. You didn't do your job. Houston. I'm gonna stay Houston for now. But the Nico Collins injury is a I know you didn't announce that either.
Yeah,
His
Nico
concussion.
Collins is in the concussion
Yeah,
protocol.
he may not play, and he doesn't play.
You
That's
had
a
already
massive
mentioned
problem.
that,
I'll stick with Houston for that time being, but I'm gonna go Seattle because of home field advantage.
Yeah, so the Rams are good. The Rams are consistent across the board. I'm going to go with the Rams and the Bills. And the way the Bills are going to get there is the Bills are actually going to get a home game because Houston's going to go in and they're going to stifle New England. They're just going to put the brakes on that whole thing. The Bills are going to go.
Houston gets home game.
Okay, you had your turn. This is my turn.
I'm correcting
You had
that's
your
all.
turn. You had your turn. This is my turn.
Okay.
Wait for your turn.
It's Noah's turn.
Thank you.
Okay,
Mike.
sorry,
Okay,
buddy.
my turn. Where was I?
Home
Okay,
game.
so the Bills, and then the Bills are going to take care of business, and they're going to get a home field game, and Josh is going to Super Bowl, and they're going to play against the Rams, and Josh Allen's going to become victorious.
How's that possible, Noah? Bills at 7 seed, or 6 seed rather. Houston's 5.
They're 5, so
Yeah.
they don't get it home.
No, Houston
thought
will get
7.
Houston will get the game.
Okay, so we'll go on the road and we'll beat Houston. How
There
about
you go.
that?
There you go.
Yeah,
There we
I'm Bills. I'm with Noah. Bills. Rams.
Thank you, Mike.
That's who I like. the Bills
And maybe I had the
Rams.
logistics mixed up a
It's
little
okay.
bit.
That's what I'm here for.
I would have said the same thing last week. Noah wouldn't have said the same thing last week.
No,
though.
I'm here for that.
I probably would have had Philly in there somewhere.
Okay.
I
now,
did. I did.
Why don't we go over the games for the divisional week? We start off Saturday. That is January 17th. 4:30 is the Buffalo Bills at the Denver Broncos. That's a game on CBS.
This is.
Would you say this game of the week of the 4? Which game?
Okay, you're trying to call game of the week in the
I'm
NFL playoffs
asking
right
a
now.
question.
There's
Would
8
you say,
teams left.
No,
Every
let me,
game.
Let me rephrase.
You're
let me
ridiculous.
repackage the question.
Is this a must
Would
win?
you say?
They got to have this one. If they want any chance to win the Super Bowl, they have to
No.
get this one.
Would you say it's the most anticipated game you're watching of the weekend of the 4? Bills Broncos.
Yes. But I don't put stamps on.
I'm surprised it's not the night game, to be honest with you, because of Josh Allen. But whatever. Again, it's Josh on the bus. Denver. I don't trust Denver. I don't, and I don't trust Bo Nix. Again, I haven't seen a full Bo Nix game. Maybe 1 or 2 this year. You see moments here and there, but nothing really altogether.
Yeah.
If he
Proven
does
winners,
have that in him, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, don't wait to start playing good football now.
Exactly. Give me Buffalo because I feel like Josh Allen could squeeze out one more heroic performance here. I just don't trust Denver. I really don't. That's what comes down to me.
I'd go with proven commodities. Winners win, and Josh Allen, he wins games. You have a game on the line. All right, anybody out there says, okay, do or die. Like, Ernest, if you don't win this game, you're toast, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I win again.
Set the scene. Do you want Josh Allen or Bo Nix?
Joshy, baby.
Yeah, I don't know if there's many quarterbacks you want over Josh other than maybe Jalen Hurts, maybe.
No.
I don't know. Not
Stop
now.
it. No.
Not
I
anymore.
think right now it's Josh Allen, and I think it's Josh Allen won the league, and it's not even close.
Yeah, I'm excited. So now I can watch as a fan. I don't have to sweat all these things,
fun?
and I can. I don't know a lot about it because typically, like I haven't.
That's crap.
I haven't.
That's
watched,
crap.
I
You're
haven't
old.
watched an NFL week of games
Prior to 2017, you all your life has been doing this.
Let me
before
just
that.
say this. It's real simple. I haven't watched a game that didn't matter where my team was out of the Super Bowl until this week for the past 22 months or something. This is ridiculous. I've been in the mix and in the hunt for the Super Bowl trophy for 22 months. And now I get the week off and I get to just enjoy the game itself.
That's very underrated, to be honest with you.
It is?
It's very underrated.
No, you know what's underrated? Winning Super Bowls. That's underrated, Ernest.
I know we got 4 of them. I get that.
Yeah.
Sub-Z is checking in on YouTube. Texans
Hey, he agrees with me. He agrees with me.
Denver's running a little bit of luck. I'm still taking the Bills here for
you're
your
a homer.
experience.
Yeah.
I'm actually, and now we're going to move on to the NFC game from Saturday. That is the later game at 8 p.m. That's San Francisco at Seattle. Seattle's favored by 7.
Yeah, San Francisco it's a nice story. Like I said, Kyle Shanahan has a case of Coach of the Year. I mean, this has been a brilliant performance all year long, but it ends here. Seattle is, I mean, unless Sam Darnold has another flame out like did last year, which honestly it shouldn't happen because he's had a couple games like that this year and they still won those games. Right. So, look, they're banged up, man. No George Kittle now this week. I mean, Trent Williams is probably gonna be iffy. So. I mean, you go with the healthier team. You go with the team at home. Seattle has probably top 3 best home field advantage in the league. It's Seahawks, man. They're on a roll. 1 night in a row right now, I think. Yeah. Give me Seahawks.
All right, so it's tough to win in Philly. They did, and now you go to Seattle. It's tough to win at Seattle. They won't win this one just because they are banged up, and I think that runs out. But I will be tuning in, and I will be looking for you, Ruiz. I know Ruiz will be sitting in there. He'll have his helmet on. Look for him.
They're
going to zoom in on him.
He's going to the game?
I'm guessing. Ruiz, he seems like a real big fan. He's got the helmet and the whole thing. So, Ruiz, I'm pulling for you, but I think you're up against it. And I just hope you have a nicest guy sit next to you this week as he did with me.
When he opened his mask and got in your face, if I could see that video, I would pay
it comes, and it's actually cold out, and it seemed like he opened it, and there was like a steam. Like steam comes out, and his eyes are in my eye, and we're eye to eye. And I'm like, can you close that thing down, Ruiz?
It's Reyes.
Is it Ruiz or Reyes? That's what I'm saying. Is it Reyes or Ruiz?
His Ruiz Reyes. His first name was Ruiz. His last name was Reyes.
Oh, come on. No one does that. What are you talking about?
So, stereotyping. They're yelling. F you, Reyes. All this stuff. And
I like that.
Whatever.
Who laughed last?
Who laughed last?
You're going to see him. The guy with the San Francisco 49er, Transformer mask.
I got to look up this guy. I guarantee you he's got, social media out there, and I want to see him get in your face.
I want to fight him now. I want to find him.
Just
to see the mask.
I'm taking the 49ers because of Reyes. I'm taking them on the road. I like what they did last week. I think they're going to continue the momentum, and they might have Fred Warner back. It's a possibility.
It would not surprise me, though, given how good Kyle Shanahan is, but you're asking for a lot here.
Yep. Now moving on to Sunday's games. Houston Texans at the Patriots. Patriots favored by 3.
To me, this is a Nico Collins game. If Nico Collins play, Houston wins. He doesn't play, I don't think they win that because that offense looked like garbage on Monday against the Steelers. Score or not, the 30-6 was more indicative of the defense, not the offense. So C.J. Stroud's got to play better no matter what. I'll go with Houston only because I think Nico will find a way to play this game. But if he's out, there's no shot because he needs every man in for this one. Because the Pats right now are rolling, and Drake May, man, he's really growing on me a lot, honestly.
I don't know what you do with this. Houston, I don't care who's in there for receiver. Houston, they don't win with that. They win with their defense, and they're going to stifle New England. It's going to be, they are. If you want to talk about teams that could win with defense, Houston is going to win, and they have a very good chance of winning a Super Bowl with defense, unless they run into somebody who could overcome that, which is Josh Allen. But this one I think it's going to be tough for New England to put points on the board. I'm going with Houston here.
I'm taking Houston also. I don't know if, this season he hasn't had the best season, the wide receiver anyway. So I'm going to take the Houston on the road. I think that defense is really going to show up on Sunday afternoon. And now moving on to the Sunday late evening game, and that is the Rams at the Bears. And the Rams are favored by 4 here.
Yeah, and the easy money is to take the Rams, right? They do a bounce back. You won the game last week, but again, weather is going to matter. It's going to be very cold. There's some reports saying it's going to be cold. Wind chills -10.
Ooh.
I'm hearing. So Stafford, I know he's played Detroit, but that's in a dome. So he played games in Chicago and whatever, but Minnesota's playing in dome also too. So the cold could be a factor, and it may keep the game close for Chicago. Ultimately, I'm picking the Rams to win the game, but these cardiac Bears are crazy. I'm out. I'm not going to sit there and down them anymore at this point. Why not? So I'll take the Rams, but man, you know what? I'll take Bears on the points.
Yeah, I'm going to go with this. When you start getting this late, you start looking at the quarterbacks. I mean, other than, Houston with that defense. Start looking at the quarterbacks and who's been known to win games or whatever. The Rams were probably one completion away from maybe winning the Super Bowl last year if they were able to finish that game in Philadelphia, which they weren't because my team pulled through and won the Super Bowl championship last year.
I remember that. That seems like a long time ago.
It does. It seems like forever ago. But with Stafford back there, you can't ever I don't know how you put Williams side by side with Stafford and be like, yeah, let's go ahead and pick Chicago and Stafford. I don't care what field you're playing on or what the weather is. I'm going Stafford and the Rams.
Yep, taking the Rams. I'm taking all the road teams as we go into divisional weekend. And now let's talk about Hard Rock. Hard Rock's got an offer right now. This is the current offer, not to say this is not going to change before the big game, because it probably will.
Okay.
But right now, if you bet $5, you get
something?
$150. I might know something, yeah. It's a possibility. And right now the offer is you make a first deposit at least $10, place a cash wager of $5 or more, and if your first bet wins, you're going to receive $150 in bonus bets, and that's 6 separate $25 bonus bets. So that is the offer currently with Hard Rock Bet, which is our marketing partner. That's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Got to be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling, call 1-833-PLAY-WISE. And that's the current offer from our marketing partner, Hard Rock Bet.
Hey.
Now let's talk about something that's really exciting, and that is the National Championship game. And it's all coming up, and that is going to come up on the 19th, so we're just days away. Number 1, Indiana versus number 10, Miami, in Miami Gardens, so almost like a home game for the Hurricanes. Are you going to the game?
Are you going
to buy us tickets to the game?
I already spent enough on bad football tickets
Brenda will
this
buy
week.
us tickets to the game.
I'm out. I'm done buying tickets to football games this week. I'm done. Yeah,
Joins a fan, right?
Yeah.
No more buying tickets.
No. Obviously when the playoffs started, I said, the winner of Miami, Ohio State would win the national title.
Yeah.
But that was before I saw Indiana bulldoze Oregon last week. And not to say I was on the fence of Indiana, but I wanted to see more. Like, they beat Alabama pretty badly. But is that more Alabama being bad this year by their standards or Indiana? And then you saw last week. Look, the lines, right, so 7, you said 7.5?
8.5.
8.5 now. That will go probably to 9.5, tap out 9.5 by kickoff, and it'll probably come down a little bit last minute. So I would take Miami on the points, though. But this Indiana team they are really good. I watched the game against Oregon last week. I was stunned just how good they are across the board. And for the record, this is not out of the blue for the record. This is a 2-year odyssey. Okay. They've been coming for 2 years now. Oh. So I'll go Indiana, but Miami. Great story this year, obviously. And by the way, the home field advantage thing, there's really no real home field advantage here. You know why? The way they divvy out tickets for these games is as follows. Quarter goes to one school, quarter goes to the other school, 20% goes to corporation sponsors, all that. And then there'll be Miami fans who have tickets to the game that I guarantee you will sell those tickets because Indiana fans come in droves and pay high-priced dollars for it because this is the first time.
Have you looked on Ticketmaster? Maybe I'll do that when we have a second.
I should look at that, but I think Indiana fans are going to come. I think it's going to be a very much a 50-50 game crowd-wise, honestly. So the home advantage thing is a little overrated,
there's
honestly.
No home field. Well, from my experience, there's never a home field advantage at that stadium ever. I don't care if the Dolphins are playing.
Exactly.
It's just not home field. It just doesn't happen. It's weird because it's the weather is gorgeous down here, and everyone's like, hey, I got a great idea. Let's instead of going to Philadelphia and freezing our butts off, we could go to Miami and go watch the national championship game. So they do. They come down for it. Miami keeps surprising me, and I keep saying they're going to lose, and they keep doing what they need to do and winning. Beck is he's like 30 years old, right? That quarterback?
Beck?
He's
close. He's old.
Yeah. So he's playing good. Indiana is something about him. Everybody's trying to figure out how they're this good. If this coach keeps doing what he's doing, I'm going to seriously have to reconsider how I'm handling my coaching. Yeah, and he's Italian.
Yeah.
So obviously
I love his name.
Yeah, I mean Carbone. Yeah, like Italians are good at coaching. So Sirianni, we go through them all. So I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to go in Indiana here until you can't bet against them. Miami's surprising, but I think that surprising ends here. What do you got for tickets?
Ernest is
right now for one ticket in section 327, which is on top, right?
Yeah.
Section 327, row 14, for example.
Yeah.
$2,900.
What?
$3,000.
Could you imagine?
Buy now.
Thank you.
My wife
We're going to the game. We're going to the game.
So, again, if I'm a Miami fan, which I'm not, obviously.
Yeah, no.
And there's an Indiana fan from Bloomington, whatever.
What?
Contacts me like, listen, I'll buy your tickets
Indiana?
from you.
Maybe Gary?
Yeah, exactly. And sends me information.
Indianapolis?
Yeah. And
there you go.
sends me, hey, listen, I'll buy a ticket from you. and I'll pay $4,000
Evansville?
I'm sorry. I'm probably going to sell those tickets. Maybe when I was in my 20s, I say, no, I'm loyal. I'll go to the game, whatever. In my 40s now, no. $4,000 go a long way. I'm selling those tickets. So
and your wife's not letting you anyway.
Hell no.
No, when your wife finds out that I bought tickets on your account, she's going to be very upset.
But we'll be happy at the game.
Exactly.
We're going to take your Tesla. No,
exactly. We're going to charge it twice before we get there, too. So that's the national championship game coming up on Monday night. I'm going. I think I'm going to pick Indiana in this one. I love the Hurricanes and what they've done. But I think that it stops here. I think Indiana's the national champion. So
Signetti. I love that name.
Yeah.
Signetti.
Let's move on to our favorite portion of the show, and that portion is called Quick Picks.
It's 4 picks. It's going to be quick. Go.
Quickest ever, I swear to God.
Buffalo at Denver, 4:30 on Saturday. Buffalo favored by 1.
I trust Joshy. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, go Joshy. Big time.
I'm taking Josh and the Bills. Now the 49ers at Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 7.
Niners, right comes and give me Seahawks at home.
Yeah, I'm going to give Seahawks. Sorry, Reyes.
Yeah, I'm taking Reyes or whatever his name is with the mask on.
Yeah.
I'm taking him in the 49ers. Now moving on to Sunday games. Those are Texans at Patriots. Patriots favored by 3.
This is a Nico Collins game. If he plays, Houston wins. If he doesn't, I'll take Houston because I think he will play.
Yeah. Houston's defense, we have a problem in New England. So
that's good. Did you just make that up? That's
go.
crazy. I'm taking Houston also in this one. And the last game of the weekend is the Rams at the Bears, 6:30 Sunday night. Rams favored by 4.
Those frisky Bears, I don't get it, man. But I'm taking the Rams here. But keep an eye on the weather, though. Keep an eye on the weather.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams.
We're all taking the Rams on this one, and those were our quick picks.
The record
for divisional weekend of the NFL. Okay, now let's move on to the next segment of the show, and that segment is going to be our sports betting picks of the week. And what I did was I cooked something up for y'all.
Cooked it?
You cooked it? Did you, do the whole thing?
Yeah,
okay.
and it's undercooked, too.
Undercooked. Oh, jeez.
I got the Bills winning. That's the first game of the divisional week. I got the Bills winning. I got Cook with a touchdown and over 76.5 yards rushing. And then I got Khalil Shakir over 5.5 receptions. That's going to pay you $208 from a $25 bet. So that's what I'm looking to cook up on Saturday in the game. Anything else with you guys?
So I took a piece each game and parlayed that. So
okay,
I took the Bills -1 because it's -1 we're going to do.
Bad idea.
The under on Niners Seahawks at 45. I have the over on Texans Patriots at 40.5. I know Texans defense, but I think they'll eke out a little more points in this game. And then the over also on Rams Bears at 49.
All right, I'm going with the Rams and Stafford for over and passing yards. And I'm also going to throw a Caleb Williams INT in there under because of the weather and everything. So I'm gonna do that. I don't have the exact number in front of me. I almost had it. I had Seattle, not Seattle. I had Carolina with an interception on the other side from Darnold and them losing, and I was right there for a huge win for a small bet. Mm-hmm. Those are the ones I like to key on. I'm gonna bet on against. You can also bet against people in the playoffs. I'm betting against Caleb Williams.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, that hasn't worked yet, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna. You know what I want to do now?
What do you want to
make sure these guys saw it when I announced it earlier.
The
is
winners?
the 9 winners from earlier that are going to play on February 4th, that Wednesday at 1 p.m. in this poker tournament. That actually we're going to call that poker tournament, so that's going to be interesting. But the Pick'em contest winners, I randomly selected these the other day: Tony Sardinas, Steve Lesser, Michael Lepchinsky, Eric Williams, Jorge Goyanis, Ian Allville, Richard Perlman, Ashley Gear, and Bruce D. I'll be emailing everyone after the show.
Yeah, wear your football gear for that, like your NFL team or whatever. That would be fun.
That'd be fun
with it. Yeah.
Wear your favorite football gear, and you're going to compete for a chance to win a entry into the February 100K. We're going to give you a free ticket to that. And everybody that comes and plays is also going to get a ticket to our big game party. And let's just talk about the big game party while we're at it. The big game party is coming up February 8th.
You got to start playing it. Okay, so I can watch the game somewhere else now.
Because you're going to be here.
Yeah, I can't be sitting next to Reyes or the guy behind me, like in the Super Bowl, I got to be isolated if my team's in there. But I'm out right now, so I'm gonna be here with the masses and the regular people. I'll be out there with you in the streets.
Maybe Earnest will show up too, and we can have we can have the PBKC Picks people, so you can come and yell at us and tell us how terrible we are.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
That'd be fun.
Great.
Yeah, we're the men of the people. Yeah, we're the people's podcast. So so come up and see us at the Big Game Party February 8th. $25 bucket of beer. Or if you're for free, if you go ahead and place $25 bet on the Hard Rock Bet app the day of at PBKC for more information. Go to our website, buy those tickets now for the big game party at pbkennelclub.com. Also, we got January High Hands still going on. January High Hands.
You just had a good idea, Mike.
What did I have?
Maybe like a pregame stream.
What?
Pregame stream.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
You know how people have puppies? You know, they have little puppies wrestling and stuff for that? Yeah. We'll just do our show.
Yeah,
maybe.
Exactly.
Okay.
We're cuter than that, at least some of us. January Progressive High Hand Weekends, that's coming up too. And it's all January High Hands. New year, new wins. We do it better than anybody else with those great high hands and the big giveaways on January 31st. And then this weekend, I know Noah's going to be there, and he's going to be trying to sell everybody a rookie card from the Cleveland Browns, but nobody wants. But the card show is coming up this weekend.
It's better than it was when I first got it, so I'm on the plus right now. I'll be able to move it. Basketball's going to be ramping up here. The Cooper Flag cards are going berserk right now.
He's sold in finally. He's sold in.
You know who else is doing really well?
Knipple?
Con.
How do you say his name?
Con.
Knipple.
Right.
Oh, that's the one that we had a good time with. No, remember I picked him to win Rookie of the Year.
You sure did. You sure did. Yes.
When it went off the rails when we talked about his name, that was a fun time.
It's balling this year.
The card show is this weekend. It's 10 to 3. It's the best card show in all of South Florida. Everybody is trying to get in to sell at this card show, and you're going to be here and checking it out. Air conditioning. We got food. We got free admission. We got security. We got everything.
We got it all.
And we got the sports TV, so you could watch all the action. So you're not going to miss anything at the card show.
No, I'll do autographs too.
Noah's going to sign autographs from 10 to 3 at the card show. So be here for that. And then our final thoughts. I know what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the national championship game, which is in Miami. And I'm looking forward to Divisional weekend because I think there's going to be some great games coming up this Saturday and Sunday. What are you looking forward to, Ernest?
Honestly, even more than the Super Bowl, I think my favorite weekend of the NFL playoffs is Divisional weekend, actually. I think all 4 games this weekend will be a one-score game. The parity will continue from this season into last week, minus, of course, the Steelers-Texans debacle. I think every game this week will be one score. I think we'll have more competitive football this week.
All right. I'm looking forward to having the week off from football. Again, I've been suffering through this thing, and there's been ups and
We've
downs.
all been
whatever.
suffering with you.
Yeah, but so it'll be nice to sit back and watch as a fan. It's not often that the Eagles aren't in contention this late, or even the Chiefs. And how about this? I got a chance to meet no other than Blake last night. So
did you really? Wait, for the first time?
The big Chiefs guy, yeah. And I
is
told
he taller?
him.
Is he bigger than you?
He's slightly taller, a little skinny.
Okay, you can take it.
Okay, so you get in there and you meet this guy, and I'm like, all right, we're going to, I wore my Eagles. I asserted authority by wearing my Eagles shirt, my Eagles polo shirt, and I told him right away what the standard was. But I told him I'd give him a score here today. All right, so I didn't give him a score last night. General handshake, he got a pretty good, like a 9.2 on a handshake. That's pretty firm. Politeness, all these things.
Nice.
He didn't try to do anything silly, like try to pick up the check or silly, and he didn't even try to kiss my daughter on the cheek or anything. So we're gonna go. We're going to go overall. We're going to, I tried to find some negatives. I can't. I'm going to give him like a 9.3. Like a 9.3.
Very good.
And out of 100, that's not terrible.
For the first guy you've met like that. That's amazing.
No, but shout out to Mr. Blake and the Chiefs and us both having the weekend off from football. Maybe we'll exchange some messages and just talk X's and O's rather than how our offensive coordinators
I'm a big Blake fan, and somebody who used to be a part of that family that I support Blake.
Yeah.
I've been a big fan of his
used to be.
since
and
the
he'll
start.
be in your seat one day too, be on the outs.
Yeah. That's wishful thinking. But it's going to be a great show next week when we talk about the divisional round. And we talk about the coaching changes.
Next week.
We'll see what's going on in the coaching changes. Hopefully, Pat will be on the show next week.
Save us, Pat.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Save us, Pat.
And we will see you next Wednesday at 10.
Go Birds. That is hysterical.
PBKC is your entertainment destination for poker, table games, OTB, Paddock live events, and exceptional eats. The Paddock Restaurant is perfect for meetings, corporate functions, parties, fundraising, and more. Call 561-683-2222 extension 199 and book your next event today. The Big Game Party is back in the Paddock Restaurant on February 8th with a $45 all-you-can-eat buffet, beer bucket specials with over 140 HD TVs and 3 huge screens. This is how the big game was meant to be. For more information, go to pbkennelclub.com.